Welcome to this Yin Yoga practice for Thanksgiving that may help you better digest that Thanksgiving meal if that's something that you celebrate, or anytime you feel like your digestion needs a little bit of help, this may help you. For this practice, you need a couple of props, although they are both totally optional. You can do the practice without them. One is this block in my hand, and the other is the bolster. And you can also use a pillow, and you can use a folded up blanket. And go ahead and face the short end of your mat. Your legs out, straight out in front of you. As I scooch back a little bit, grab that bolster, and you can have it on top of your legs, against your stomach. You can have it scooched up against your stomach. The idea is to kind of fold down over that bolster. Go ahead and sit up straight, and then just begin to relax. Our affirmation for this pose is I let go of the past. Begin to breathe in and out through your nose. Letting your head be very heavy. Starting to go within. This practice is designed to be a little bit easier. It's taking some of the easier modifications on poses. Because if you are in the US and you have just celebrated Thanksgiving, you've probably had a very busy week. So yoga shouldn't stress you out. Yoga should be a help to you. It should help you to relax and calm down. And so we're aiming to do exactly that. Forward folds like caterpillar, which is the pose we're in right now, are very calming to our nervous system. The object isn't trying to get our head down to our legs either. Just slowly letting time and gravity and relaxation begin to bring our head lower and lower. I am aiming to hold these poses roughly about 5 minutes, maybe a little bit less for some of the poses that we do on both sides of our body, to really give you time to reap the benefits of the pose. So you may be feeling, I can't hold it any longer. And if you really can't, it's perfectly okay to come out of the pose. Take a pause, maybe get back in. You have to listen to your own body. But if you feel like you just need something to hold on to, and maybe you could hold that pose a little bit longer, go ahead and think about where are you feeling sensation in your body. In this pose, hopefully it's in your lower back, in your stomach a little bit, and probably in your hamstrings a bit too. And just bring your attention to those areas. As we bring attention to the areas that we're stressing in a good way, it can help us to hold on a little bit longer. I let go of the past. Last couple of breaths. Last breath. Take your palms back to your mat. Slowly walk them back to your body. If your eyes were closed, go ahead and blink them open. Take your bolster and set it aside for now. Come on over to your right side. Go ahead and bend your knees. And then we're going to take your block and we're just going to put it under your right elbow. This is the easier form of side seal. Normally for side seal, you'd be propping yourself up, your legs would be long like that. But we're just taking it easy. We're trying to stretch out the body, trying to calm down the body, trying to give our digestion a little bit of a break. I digest my food. Side seal, you should be feeling a release through your whole side body. It's an area that we often don't stretch, and it really enjoys a stretch. I could hang out here for quite some time. I digest my food. Go ahead and push into your left hand. Slowly bring your hands back towards your body. Stretch your right leg out straight on a diagonal. Take your left leg, bend the knee, bring your left foot to your right thigh, and grab your block if you'd like. Normally in this pose, half butterfly, we would face our leg and we would slowly come down on our leg. But for today, like I said, we're making this a bit more of a restorative practice. So we're going to face forward, and because we're also working on the digestion, facing forward, coming down this way, lets us once again compress the stomach. And if you'd like, just bring your head down on top of the block. Let your palms face the ceiling. I digest my thoughts. Relax your face. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. You're probably feeling this along your hamstring, maybe on the hip, on your bent leg, a little bit into your lower back again. If at any point your stomach begins to grumble, that's actually a really good sign. It means you're shifting into your parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest, and that's exactly what we want with this practice. And last couple of breaths. Last breath. Take your palms down to the floor. Slowly begin to roll yourself up. That is the last thing to come up. And we're going to go to second side. Take your block out. Your forearm onto your block. Bend your knees up and let's hang out and side seal again. It feels nice. It feels really nice. I hope it feels nice for you too. I digest my food. Go ahead and relax your shoulders. Make sure they're not creeping up towards your ears. Relax your jaw and your neck. That side body just kind of sag down towards your mat. Feel it stretching out. You should always be feeling sensation in your Yin Yoga poses. It's called playing our edges. We're stretching to the point where we feel something. Never ever to the point where you feel pain. If you feel pain, please, please, please back out of the pose. You've gone too far into it. One of the other things about Yin Yoga, we're not clenching our muscles. We're trying to just let them hang out because we're not trying to get into the muscles themselves. We're not trying to stretch the muscles. We're trying to suggest to stretch everything that supports those muscles. Your fascia, your joints, your ligaments, your tendons. And that takes time. That's why we hold these poses longer. Slowly begin to push into your right hand. Walk your hands back towards your body. Take that left leg diagonally straight out. Your right leg bends. Right foot is against the left thigh. You have to do the second side. Go ahead and bring your block underneath your head. Arms come out straight in front of you. I digest my thoughts. Last couple of breaths. And last breath. Take your palms back to the floor. Slowly walk them back towards your body. Slowly straightening up your spine. Head is the last thing to come out. Set your block aside. We won't be using that again. But keep your bolster handy. We don't need it for the next pose, but we're going to need it. Take your feet to your mat, knees are bent. Slowly come down to your back. Walk your feet a little closer to your glutes. And then bend one knee in towards your chest. It really doesn't matter which one it is. Take your hands below your knee on your shin. And pull that knee towards your chest. Now, often the slightly more difficult pose is to have your legs stretched out along the mat, and you can certainly do that if that's what you'd like to do. But once again, the aim of this practice is to just be restorative, to work on your digestion, to work on calming you down, cooling you down. feeling this pose, which is appropriately called wind pose, although normally it's performed with both legs, knees into the chest. You may be feeling this in your glute. You may be feeling it again in your lower back. This is a really, really great stretch for your lower back. It's relatively safe. And this is a stretch I do with both legs every morning while I'm still in bed. I digest my feelings. Go ahead and release your knee. Bring that foot back to your mat. Take your second side. Bring that knee in towards your chest, clasping your hands on your shin below your knee. If that's a little too difficult, you can always take it on your thigh, anywhere that feels right for you. We're not trying to yank our knee as close as possible to our chest as we can. We're trying to let time and gravity slowly begin to relax. Relax your body. And as your body relaxes, as those muscles relax, slowly the knee will come a little closer to your chest of its own accord. Really let your shoulders melt down into the mat. Feel the mat, feel the earth on the floor. Everything is there to support you. And go ahead and release that knee. Bring your foot back towards the mat. If you have your bolster, reach down now and grab it. You may like to use it. Press down into your feet, lift your hips up, bring it to the edge of your mat. Take that bolster and put it between your knees. Bring your knees into your chest and let them fall over towards the side. I like to grab onto the top knee. You can take the opposite hand along the floor if that feels good to you. You can let your head fall down to the opposite hand. If that feels good. You can have your head looking straight up too. I release the negative. I know that 2020 has been a crazy year for everybody. And probably your Thanksgiving holiday is not looking like you would like it to look. For me, this year it's just myself and my husband and our dog, Bandit, of course, which is not normally what we would do. Normally we'd be together with my immediate family, except for the California crew. But with an elderly mother and some other people in the family who are at higher risk, it's just not the right thing to do this year. So, it's been hard. It's been hard for everybody. I know that. But better times are coming. And don't forget that what we resist persists. I release the negative. Go ahead and let go of that top leg. Take one foot back to your mat and the other foot back to the mat, Lift your hips over to the other side, the other edge of your mat. Keep that bolster between your legs, and then bring your knees in towards your chest. Grab onto that top knee, and fall over towards the floor, and just relax. That's why the bolster's there, to help you to relax your legs towards one another without yanking them. One of the other principles of Yin Yoga is to come into stillness. Take the first minute to find your edge, to find the appropriate pose for you, and then be still. So take a few seconds here. See where you want your knees. Do you want them closer to your chest? Do you want them further away? Both are fine. Both change the sensation a little bit. Find what is the appropriate pose for your body. I release the negative. Last couple of breaths. Last breath. Slowly roll over to your right side. Go ahead and remove the bolster. Close your eyes if they're not already closed. Slowly begin to press yourself up into a seated position. Coming into an easy seat. The palms of your hands together at your heart. I'd like to read you a little quote right now. Millie Betty said, "Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life, turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity. Turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend." I hope that you had a wonderful feast tonight. I hope that if you're with strangers, they've become friends. I hope that your house is truly a home. And I hope that most of all, you can find the positive in this day. Find the things that you're grateful for. And also relax your stomach and digest your meal a little bit better. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you celebrated. Namaste.